All right, guys, UFC 287 just wrapped, and the king is back on top as Israel Adesanya knocks out Alex Pereira to once again become the middleweight champion of the world. It's unprecedented. We've never had this before. Izzy is now the first two-time UFC middleweight champion, and he did it in resounding fashion. The fight did not start great for him. Pereira was having a lot of success with those outside leg kicks again, and then he seemed to have hurt Adesanya early in the fight and was doing really well. But ultimately, it was a mistake by Pereira that ultimately cost him. He hurts Adesanya with a leg kick. Adesanya's leg buckles, fades to the side of the octagon. Pereira starts to rush and force. Adesanya lands a beautiful counter right hand over the top, hurts Alex, then a follow-up right hand not only knocks him out, it literally shuts his light outs completely. It was exactly what the Last Stylebender said he was going to do. We spoke to him earlier in the week, and I asked Izzy, I said, Izzy, what do you have to do to get the monkey off of your back with this guy? What do you have to do in order to beat Alex Pereira for the first time? You are 0-3 against him. It's so difficult mentally. He said, Daniel, you would not believe the preparation I have done to myself up here and through these. And it showed. He was different all week. He wasn't joking. He wasn't playing. He was very short with his answers. He was all the way locked in the entire time. Tonight, there was no fun walkout. There was no dancing. It was only Israel Adesanya coming to complete a job. He said it was his 8-mile moment. It's my 8-mile moment. It's my 8-mile moment. I'm a dog. I'm ready. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. I don't know if I've ever seen Adesanya more aggressive in his approach. We know he has long been considered one of the best counter strikers in the UFC, and that is where he made his money. He did it against Paulo Costa. He did it against Robert Whittaker. It was the counter ability. But tonight it was the aggressiveness that allowed for the Last Stylebender to not only win the championship back, but to do it in a fashion that not many would expect him to do it. He was forward, he was aggressive, and he said, this will not take long. Prophetic. This guy did exactly what he said he was going to do. Now, the success Pereira had early in the fight tells us he can compete with Izzy. I don't know if him winning that one fight warrants him getting an immediate rematch. I don't know. I don't know what the UFC wants to do. Izzy has fought the vast majority of the highest-ranked middleweights. So if he does get another shot, no one can complain. It's going to be a rematch of some sort because Izzy was so dominant for so long. But I think Alex will grow from this. He will learn from this. He will learn that he cannot take the risk when he has somebody hurt as recklessly with 4-ounce gloves. Adesanya has hurt him many times, but tonight he was able to complete the job and knock Alex Pereira out and take that championship back to Australia with City Kickboxing. It was a fantastic night for Miami, Florida, man, and it was great. And honestly, people, the arena was full. There were so many people in here and just solely in Israel Adesanya's corner. Guys, I gotta pay some bills though before I can continue. Today's video was brought to you by the Game Time app. So for last minute UFC tickets or whatever your favorite sport is, download the Game Time app. The Game Time app offers last minute ticket deals on not only sports, but concerts and comedy shows. All you gotta do, guys, download the app. Use the redeem code DCTV for $20 off of your very first purchase. No matter where you live, get out there and have some fun with the Game Time app. It is the best app for getting last minute ticket deals to all of your favorite events. So again, download the Game Time app. Use the promo code DCTV for $20 off of your first purchase. Download the Game Time app. DCTV, your first purchase, get $20 off. Terms do apply, guys. Now let's get to the co-main event. Jorge Masvidal fought Gilbert Burns. Jorge Masvidal was a massive underdog, as you would expect. He's a guy that's about to turn 39. and Gilbert Burns is still fighting at the highest level of the sport. There were moments, but they were few and far in between. Gilbert Burns showed he's the better fighter. It was just evident from the beginning of the fight that Gilbert Burns is the guy that's fresher. Gilbert Burns is the guy that still has title aspirations. Masvidal, to his credit, was game, but he did not have much for Gilbert Burns in regards of the actual fight. Burns was able to control with the wrestling. Burns was able to land a lot of big shots with the hands, and Burns was able to dictate the pace. And as the fight went longer, it became more and more clear that Gilbert Burns was going to get the job done, and that showed on the scorecards from the judges. I think that we, as a commentating team, were in the nostalgia. We were in the environment a little bit, wanting to score for Game Bread at times when maybe we shouldn't have been scoring for Game Bread. 2 judges scored it 30-27. 1 judge scored it 29-28 for Gilbert Burns as he moves closer to a championship fight. Burns fought a beautiful fight. Masvidal was game, and this was as good as it's going to get for a guy like Jorge Masvidal. He ends his career 35-17, right? Long career, fought in Miami to start, ends his career in Miami, where he is universally loved. So hats off to Game Bread for a phenomenal career and for getting the opportunity to end your career in front of the people that love you the most. Rob Font and Adrian Yanez. There was no way that this one wasn't going to be fun. We knew it was going to be a boxing fight, but many expected Adrian Yanez, the young guy, to get it done. That wasn't the case. Rob Font came out in typical Rob Font fashion, a throwback Rob Font, after a year away, popping the jab, popping the jab, popping the jab, popping the jab. He ultimately finishes Adrian Yanez with a beautiful little hybrid right hook uppercut that put him out cold. We have seen so many big knockouts tonight that it was crazy. I'm looking at my sheet here. Kelvin Gastelum got back in the win column tonight in a absolute barn burner against Chris Curtis. It takes 2 to tango, and those guys absolutely danced all around Miami Arena. Kevin Holland beat Santiago Ponzinibbio. Big win for Kevin Holland. Showed a lot of patience. Got the finish late in the fight, never forced or rushed anything. Raul Rosas Jr. got humbled tonight by Christian Rodriguez. There is nothing more you can say about it. You had a young guy who had found a lot of success very early, and he started to drink the Kool-Aid, but he's got to learn from this. He is 18 years old. He's got a long way to go in his career. This was very, very good for Raul Rosas Jr. Waterson versus Pinheiro was good. It was just a fantastic fight night from Miami-Dade County. I can't wait to UFC 288, Cejudo versus Aljamain Sterling. But it was a great night for Miami. And again, it was all about the Last Stylebender. I'm not going to worry about what's next because I want to live in the moment like Izzy said. His message, I want everybody to take chances to at one point in your career feel this is such a great, strong message that the Stylebender delivered. Another great message was his performance. What a night for Miami, headlined by an absolute star, Israel the Last Stylebender Adesanya. Guys, I love doing this. I've got the greatest job in the world. I appreciate you all for the love and support. Until next time, like, subscribe, tell your friend to tell a friend that DC's got a YouTube channel, so tap in. Peace.